Support for Outdoor Nevada comes from Land Rover Las Vegas and Jaguar Land Rover Reno, proud to help introduce a new generation of adventurers to the diverse experiences that our state has to offer. Information at lrlv.com or jlrreno.com.
Nevada, a landscape as diverse as it is epic, where wide open nature and wild adventure call to the curious and the brave alike. Sweet Huckleberry Finn, he lives! Mark Twain!
Yeah.
What an honor, sir. How are you?
Outdoor Nevada meets Mark Twain's Nevada.
McAvoy Lane has spent 30 years becoming Mark Twain, and today I get the chance to meet them both.
The one I'd really like to be catching today is a German brown, because this lake holds the state record.
The water's freezing and the fish are biting at Cave Lake in Ely. Horseback riding, good grub, clean air, a beautiful view. This is where it's at. In Zephyr Cove, the horseback ride comes with dinner. All right, all the safety checks have been done. I've gotten all the instruction. I'm feeling great. It's all over but the doing. And I'm at Red Rock Canyon trying something that's a little bit scary and a whole lot of fun. Rock climbing.
Yeah! What a rush!
I'm John Burke. I have a passion for the outdoors. Today we're in the Valley of Fire. And I'm on a mission to show you the one-of-a-kind history, science, nature, and adventure you find when you step outside. This is Outdoor Nevada. Samuel Langhorne Clemens started out as a riverboat pilot on the mighty Mississippi, but he became Mark Twain right here in Nevada. Lake Tahoe, it never gets old, does it? And you know, this area is home, at least in part, to one of the greatest literary geniuses in American history, Mark Twain. Wouldn't it be great if we could talk to him and see what it was like way back when? You're in luck. I know just the guy that can help us. Today, I'm meeting with McAvoy Lane, a man who's devoted almost 30 years of his life to Mark Twain. And he does more than just study Mark Twain, he becomes him. Okay, so you are now privileged to be in the home of McAvoy Lane. This is the man that keeps the spirit of Mark Twain alive. McAvoy, thank you for letting us into your
John,
home.
welcome.
Thank you. So, your house is awesome. I mean, it's filled with all this great memorabilia. Where do you get all this stuff?
Most of what you see on the wall here, John, has been given to me by friends that know how much I treasure every little Twain thing.
McAvoy's obsession with Mark Twain, like so many things in Nevada, can be blamed on the weather. How did this all happen for you?
Fortuitous freak of nature, really. I got trapped like a rat over here in Tahoma in a cabin 5 days alone. But as good fortune would have it, on the coffee table was the complete essays of Mark Twain. And I had cabin fever by the time I picked that up, so my brain was soft, and that seed was planted in fertile ground.
Once the seed was planted, it kept growing year after year. Until now, it can be hard to tell where McAvoy Lane ends and Mark Twain begins. So, is it difficult to do, or are you very close to who Mark Twain was?
I've been practicing being 72 for 27 years, and to finally get here is so comfortable. I don't have to pretend anymore. It's a wonderful feeling.
McAvoy is one of the world's foremost Mark Twain impressionists, and I can't wait to meet the man who's inspired him. Is there any chance that I could talk to Mark Twain himself?
You know, I think he would enjoy that. When you see me next, though, I'll be 108 years older, and you'll be the same.
All right, that is a deal. Thank
right,
you so much. I'm looking forward to it. With the help of a little hairspray and an outfit change, McAvoy completes the transformation, transporting himself into the past. Sweet Huckleberry Finn, he lives! Mark Twain!
John.
What an honor, sir. How are you?
Outdoor Nevada meets Mark Twain's Nevada.
Oh man, have I got a lot to learn from you. Could you take me around and tell me some stories?
Let's go.
What a treat. Let's go. Samuel Clemens didn't come to Nevada with the intention of becoming America's most beloved novelist. In fact, one of his first jobs wasn't just in Nevada, it was underneath Nevada.
So what brought you to Nevada? The mining?
I wrote a letter to the Territorial Enterprise about my adventures in the mining fields. I soon enough discovered a silver mine weren't nothing but a hole in the ground, John, with a fool at the bottom and a liar at the top.
How long were you in that industry?
Just long enough to know I was not suited for it. So I picked up the pen.
And you headed where?
I wrote that letter to the Territorial Enterprise that got me out of the mine into the newspaper business.
Let's go see that building.
Let's go see it.
With that, we're just a hop, skip, and a frog jump away from Mark Twain's birthplace.
How is this building special to you?
Well, this is where Mark Twain was born. February 3rd, 1863, the first time the byline showed up at the Territorial Enterprise. Mark Twain.
Now, Sam was not a name that you kept. What happened?
Well, I was casting some aspersion upon the governor and I. My brother was secretary to the governor. So out of deference to my brother, I took a nom de guerre, a cognomen, Mark Twain.
Once he had changed his name, the newly minted Mark Twain took to writing like Huck Finn took to the Mississippi.
Your work here really put you on the map, didn't it?
Yes, in fact, everything that I have written, 18,000 published pages, started really right here, professionally.
This gives me chills, but I know we have so much more to see. Let's go.
Let's keep going, down the boardwalk.
A legendary drinker in his day, it doesn't take much of a walk for Mark Twain to work up a powerful thirst.
Mark, you've taken me to this place. It's beautiful, but what is it?
It's a beautiful groggery, John. This is a thirst parlor. 52 of these we had in my day, and no town drunk.
Well, now, how is that possible?
We took turns. I could see that this was no place for a good Presbyterian, so I didn't remain one very long.
Did you have a favorite drink?
I did. Tarantula juice. Nobody knew all that went into the tarantula juice, but the last thing they did to it, to give it dignity, was to strain it through a cane-bottomed chair. Well, to get the big lumps out. 2 tarantula juices would turn a man's skin to white fish scales. It was so tough a dog could bite him and he wouldn't know it till he read about it in the papers. Brought on premature decrepitude.
Mark, I can't take it. I'm going inside. You coming?
I'm coming.
While the exact recipe for tarantula juice has been lost, the Corner Saloon is still a great place to find a good time.
Mark, this place is fantastic. I can't believe that it's still here. Does it look like it did in your day?
Exactly, even better. And she's prettier than the bartender when I was here last.
Not surprisingly, when the premier satirist of his generation walks into a bar, the talk turns to politics.
Is it fair to say that you have a general distrust of politicians?
I don't vote for politicians. It only encourages them. Well, look at it. Look how difficult it is today to find a politician with morals and ethics high enough that he will stay bought.
And of course, it would be wrong to go for a drink with Mark Twain without actually having a drink.
Cheers. I can't believe I'm getting to have a drink with Mark Twain. Hey, we still have to hit Carson City.
I believe we should.
Let's do it.
A quick trip to the state capitol reveals that Mark Twain has lost none of his acerbic tongue when it comes to the politicians of today.
Now, as we stand in front of the Nevada State Legislature, I'm just wondering what you think about the state of politics today.
Nothing has changed really, but maybe one thing. In my day, our legislators, they did their drinking, they did their gambling, they did their womanizing, yes, but they did it with the press. I know because I was the press.
And there's one final spot that's a fitting place to finish our tour. The crown jewel of Nevada, Lake Tahoe.
Well, this is pretty much right about where my day began. You loved Lake Tahoe, didn't you?
John, I still love this place. The air that angels breathe, the fairest picture the whole earth affords. 2 nights of camp life here at Lake Tahoe will restore an Egyptian mummy to its pristine vigor. I don't mean the oldest and driest of mummies, but the fresher ones.
But on one famous occasion, Mark Twain's passion for Lake Tahoe burned just a little too hot.
Now, the rumor was you almost burned the place down. What happened?
Well, if you need to know, our campfire galloped away and raced up the ridgeline. I get credit for the first prescribed burn here in the Tahoe Basin.
Fortunately, Tahoe survives as beautiful as ever. And so too do the words of Mark Twain, as vibrant now as they were 100 years ago.
Mark Twain, I am so glad that you spent those important years in the state of Nevada, and I will assure you, sir, you will never, ever be forgotten.
John, I'm holding you to that.
It's something I plan to keep. Thanks for everything.
Thank you, John.
Winter in Nevada can be freezing, but sometimes it's not just the cold that's biting, it's the fish.
Some people see 30 degrees in a snowy mountain as a good chance to stay inside and stay warm. Others see it as the perfect chance to do some ice fishing. Welcome to Cave Lake in Ely, Nevada.
I love fishing, but this is my first time doing it on a frozen lake. Luckily, I know just the guy to help me. So let's go break the ice with an expert.
And ladies and gentlemen, this here is the world famous Ed Spear. He is the executive director of the White Pine County Tourism and Recreation Board. Did I say that right?
That's it. You got it.
Nice to see you, sir.
Now for the most important question. Am I gonna fall through?
Now, somebody that's never done this and said, I want to go up there and do that, but I bet you they're wondering, well, how do I know if the ice is going to hold me?
Well, I'll tell you the best thing to do, especially on these kind of things. I'd check with the ranger coming in. You know, this ice is really thick and will hold a lot. It'll probably put a vehicle out here if you really wanted to and it'd hold it. But I would always check with the ranger. Err on the side of caution when you're playing with ice.
Of course, drilling a hole through ice that's thick enough to support a car takes some special equipment.
Ed, let's talk about fishing out here at Cave Lake. Now, what do you need?
Ice fishing is pretty simple gear. You need an ice auger, which is basically, you can get a manual one, hand-operated one that you can cut. You can go through this ice in a few minutes with that, or you can get a little elaborate and get a gas one.
Today, the park ranger is bringing out the big guns, a gas-operated drill, and this thing flies.
Boy, do you see how fast she put these 4 holes in here?
That was nice.
Yeah.
How deep is that ice?
What I'm saying is ice is probably sitting there 18, 20 inches before she broke through, so it's pretty deep up here today.
With the hole open, it's time to go after the fish, and Cave Lake is home to some whoppers.
And what kind of fish are you looking at?
Well, the one I'd really like to be catching today is a German brown, because this lake holds the state record for the largest German brown taken in the state at 27 pounds. I think we're getting some rainbows. We got the little brookies in there, maybe coming down from the creek, but probably mostly rainbow in here, I think.
And after years of ice fishing, Ed's developed some state-of-the-art techniques.
And what about your pole and your bait? What are you using?
You can use any fishing pole, but the ice poles are really kind of an easy one to use. They're just a real short ice pole.
And what's the bait?
The best bait is probably nothing more than a night crawler.
Unfortunately, despite using the latest in worm-on-hook technology, Ed and I don't land any elusive German browns.
I didn't admit this, but fish know when I'm around, and they tend to scatter, so this is really my fault.
But while I may have scared the German brown away, the rainbow trout are biting. And it seems that the younger you are, the more fish you catch.
Fish on. He's got one.
Eventually, my cold streak ends and I land a gorgeous trout.
How about that?
Oh, look at here.
How about that?
All right.
Yeah.
Now that I've caught a fish, hey, when it comes to ice fishing, I'm hooked.
It took us a minute, but now these things won't stay off our hooks. Look at that. Oh, man. They're starting to bother us. We were having such a peaceful day. Oh, we can't keep them off our hooks.
And one of the nice things about Cave Lake is that it's perfect for more than just ice fishing.
You know what I like about coming out here is that this is something the whole family can do. I mean, this is a good activity to get kids outside, especially in the wintertime.
There's all kinds of stuff for them to do. They can actually, if they don't have ice skates, they can rent them in town, but we have an ice skate rink on the end of the lake, or just look around you right in this valley here, this canyon, and they bring the sleds up. Get up on the hill there, and they can sleigh ride, they can ice skate.
Turns out that this whole day's been a great time, and that's no fishtail.
Ice fishing isn't all just about catching fish. It's about getting outdoors, letting the kids do some sledding, having a good time, getting some fresh air. These are the best things about outdoor Nevada.
Nevada is horse country. If riding horses and eating delicious food are your passions, then Zephyr Cove Stables is your perfect destination.
Hey, Dwight.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great.
Boy,
How you doing?
I've been looking forward to this for a while. How are you?
Great. I hope you brought an appetite.
I did. Somebody told me you were going to feed me. Is that true?
My wife is. She's the cook.
Zephyr Cove Stables caters to novice horseback riders with an appetite.
Now we're going to go for a horseback ride today?
Yeah, we're going to go up to the top of that viewpoint and get a nice view of the lake up there, back around through the Barker Canyon, and down around through the picnic area.
Man,
Get some nice views.
and you look like a guy who knows what he's talking about. I know I'm going to enjoy this.
Dwight fell in love with Lake Tahoe in 1955 when he first arrived with his father. In 1960, he got his first job as a guide.
Now, is this my horse? Which one's mine?
This is Bob right here. This is your horse.
Bob?
Yes. He's a great horse.
Bob, I don't mean to laugh. I've just, normally horses are named Smokey or Ponderosa.
We got a Smoky seat back up there.
Do you?
Yeah.
But I got Bob.
He's great.
All right, Bob, it's me and you.
Dwight was a rodeo rider for almost 20 years. Today, he takes small groups on Western horseback rides.
So Bob likes to go for walks.
Oh, yeah. Good exercise. All of them do.
They enjoy getting out and stretching their legs a little bit.
Yes, they do.
What would you say Bob's personality is?
You know, he's just a laid-back, easy-going. He doesn't get excited, and he's got the perfect temperament for this job. Okay, first thing, left foot in, right leg over, sit down nice and gently. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust these stirrups for you.
Okay,
Take this
sounds
foot
good.
out, put it
All
right up here. There you go. What you want to do, ride with one hand,
Okay.
hand in front of the saddle, the center of the neck, right here.
Okay, grab that
There you
like
go.
that. Okay.
Always ride with a lot of slack in your reins right there.
Okay.
He's real light.
I like you, Bob. Bob's got a few gray hairs. I kind of like that.
Yeah. He's a great horse.
Good.
He is.
You take good care of your horses, don't you?
Because they take care of me.
Ah.
Yes, they do.
Oh, man, I'm excited, Dwight.
I am too. This can be great.
This is no other place I'd rather be right now.
Give old Bob a little squeeze, cluck, and spank.
All right, let's go, Bob. Let's go, Bob.
The ride turns out to be all that Dwight promised, and more. Stunning lake views, blue skies, fresh air, and of course, a great horse to take me there. Before I know it, my ride is over, and it's time for Bob and me to part ways.
Thank you, John.
Thank
that
you,
was
buddy.
a great ride.
That was a
You
great
did
ride.
If you ever get out of the TV business, you can come and wrangle.
Did you hear that?
Okay.
Did you catch that? Dwayne said, if I ever get out of the TV business, I'm going to come and wrangle, which basically means my career as a TV host is over, because I'm staying here. You going to take the horses on up?
Yep, right up there.
And then we're
Good.
going to eat?
Yep. You guys can jump in the back of the trailer,
All right.
and we'll be right down.
Is it disrespectful to call it grub?
Nope.
All right, let's go get some grub. Come on, let's go do this.
Riding a horse certainly works up an appetite. When I get to the top of the trail, I board a motorized mule wagon and head to dinner.
She said we could dig in. She said it was okay. Absolutely. I'm going. Got some tri-tip here. Oh. Yeah. And we got a little bit of chicken. Yeah, I know you can call it grub. I think this is a step up. Horseback riding, good grub, clean air, a beautiful view. This is where it's at, Zephyr Cove. Corn on the cob.
Today, a bunch of adventurers and myself are in for the experience of a lifetime, the Red Rock Rendezvous.
So here we are in Red Rock Canyon, a place I've never been, to do something I've never done. We're gonna do some rock climbing. One thing I've already learned before we get on the bus,
This is a whole community of people that are just having a great time. There's 1,100 people here from all over the world. I can't wait to get started. Red Rock Canyon is located 17 miles west of the Las Vegas Strip and was Nevada's first national conservation area. This is it. We're on the bus. Everybody's ready to go. We're just moments away from the really good stuff. Our instructor is Jeremy Devine. He found his passion for rock climbing when he was only 14, and he never stopped climbing. Now tell me about the event today. This is, well, actually it's a weekend event, but this is a rendezvous. Tell me about it.
So the Red Rock Rendezvous, it's the largest climbing festival in the United States. So this is it. This is the kind of the big mecca for every year for climbers.
The practice of rock climbing dates back to the 1700s, while the sport only began in the late 1800s.
There's something for everybody. You can, go out and do beginner stuff, or you can move here and devote your life to it and become really advanced.
And in terms of like the rock climbing community, where does Red Rock Canyon rank?
It's becoming a world-class destination, and not just for specific styles of climbing, but for most every style. You can go climb these big 3,000-foot cliffs, and that's one style of climbing that people really like here. But even more recently, people have been doing bouldering, where you just climb these short, really, really hard boulder problems, and that's become world-class here. It's a must-come-to destination.
So I know I'm going to be in the beginners club today, which I'm very happy about, and you've got other people here that you're going to have to talk to, but one piece of advice while I got you one-on-one?
Just keep yourself open to new experience. This is a very new experience for people. It's very counterintuitive, and if you come into it with an open mind and just listen to folks and try to learn as much from your instructors like myself, but also everybody else in the group. Everyone has a different snippet of information, and you might see somebody do something and be like, oh, that worked well for them. Just be really open to it.
As we near our destination, I discover what I'm in for.
It's physically demanding and active. It's emotionally challenging because you have to deal with your inner fears and your inner instinct, and it just gives you a sense of empowerment that you can do something that you didn't think you could do.
I just feel good with this guy, and I think that if you're looking for a guide, it's somebody that you want to hang with that day. Jerry, thanks so much,
Thanks.
man.
Thank
I'll see you on the rock.
Yeah.
All right. As we make our way off the bus, I get the chance to meet my climbing buddies. My name is John Burke. I'm the host of Outdoor Nevada, and my producer's trying to kill me on a daily basis. But I understand this is the beginning group, so you're my kind of people. Glad to be here. Feeling good. Feeling good. And I am feeling great, but my anticipation grows as we begin our ascent. We just hiked up, I'd say, 3/4 of a mile, maybe a mile. I thought that was it. I thought that was rock climbing. But no, we're getting to the spot where we're going to start climbing. What I like about the guides is that they're very, very safety conscious. It just makes you feel good.
One of my big ground rules is I never put my back to the cliff, because then you don't know where the cliff edge is. And if you take a step back, you might actually step over the cliff edge. So keep yourself a stumble's distance away from the edge.
Safety becomes even more important when your life hangs from a cliff.
You definitely need your personal protective equipment, your PPE, you might call it. So you need your harness, your helmet at a minimum, and then some rock climbing shoes so that you can really grip the wall.
The moment has arrived. We're ready to do what we came here for, conquer the rock. All right, all the safety checks have been done. I've gotten all the instruction. I'm feeling great. It's all over but the doing.
You're good, John. Nice try. Try to get your a foot over here.
Over here?
Yep, and kind of lean your back against the other wall.
Here?
Yeah, so you're gonna use like some oppositional pressure.
Huh. Like that?
Yeah, and get your right side in that crack.
Right side in this
Yourself
crack.
in there, yeah.
Okay. Grab onto you. Darn.
You're good, John. Nice try.
Can't get off this spot. Man, I got to admit, this is much harder than it looks. First attempt, won't be the last. Didn't go well. There was a little ledge, I couldn't get around that ledge. I felt totally safe. It was totally fun, I was getting great instruction. I just couldn't get the leverage that I needed, but you haven't seen the last of me yet. I'm gonna get that thing. After I catch my breath and refocus, I'm back for a second try.
Good work, John. You're making it.
Not really. I just can't get the 5 feet that I need to get. And I'm trying really hard, but there's just nothing to grab onto. And
I noticed that I'm really starting to wear myself out, which is making the whole thing worse.
And finally, victory. I make it to the top.
Watch this. Mwah! Things are looking good in outdoor Nevada. We made it to the top. Took 2 tries. We did it. First time out here. Great times, good people, good guides, lots of great equipment. And if I can do it, so can you. Woo! Yeah! There is nothing like the feeling of accomplishing something you've never done before. I don't care what level you are, coming out here and being with these people on a day like today makes you feel like you're on top of the world. I'm on top of the world!